conversation, talking about Huawei. Our way.
South Sudan. The head of South Sudan's Ministry of Information and Broadcasting sent a statement to South Sudan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, complaining that Huawei sent a forged document to the president of the Export-Import Bank of China, including the forged signature of South Sudan's Minister of Information and Broadcasting. So what they're saying is that Huawei forged some documents of the top-level ministers, and then they sent these forged documents to a big bank in China. And according to the story, that big bank in China is supplying financing to a competitor, and Huawei is asking the bank to slow down their financing so that, the competitor loses and the partners win, and so on. So it sounds really bad, but maybe it's not reported fairly. The Minister of Information and Broadcasting said that this is standard procedure for Huawei. And when Huawei's local directors were summoned to explain the forgeries, they didn't respond. Okay, so he seems pretty angry at Huawei, and he says they didn't even come when the government asked them to come and explain themselves. I know the Chinese employees from Huawei. I worked there for years, and one time I worked on a special document that was designed to ease the concerns of the Chinese employees going to Africa. They're very nervous when they have to go to Africa and live and work there. They don't go outside. They're afraid Boko Haram is going to grab them or something. So when they're summoned by the highest level of government, I think they just get nervous, and they didn't show up. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Anyway, this article failed to point out the other side, Huawei's side. They didn't offer any explanation from Huawei's side at all. But I noticed in another article about the same story that talked about this. The Chinese ambassador of South Sudan explained the situation on behalf of Huawei. According to the ambassador, the real culprit was Chen Nan, a man who's also known as Sullivan Chen. The ambassador said, Huawei Technologies internally investigated the case and discovered that Mr. Chen Nan, Sullivan Chen, sent the emails in October and whatever and so on. The ambassador added that Huawei regrets that Mr. Chen Nan never consulted the company about his intentions. Okay? Huawei has 150,000 employees. And it's not fair to hold the whole company accountable for the actions of, a couple of bad apples. The company encourages the employees to obey the law. And, as you might know, recently, the company rounded up 4,000 corrupt employees, and this shows, without a doubt, that Huawei has zero tolerance for criminal behavior. But these media agencies in Africa, they and in Europe and in America, they don't want to tell that side of the story. So that's why I'm telling you. Now, I'm not representing Huawei. I'm just sharing my own opinion. That's all I have on this story. But in some of my future videos, I'm going to talk about some other stories coming out of Africa and elsewhere. Okay, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. watch my other videos and comment or send email to me. I might read what you have to say online. Thank you. Bye-bye.